So I want to talk about Dr. Maxis today, guys, and how much of a shady, kind of shitty guy he is. Now, right now, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. We don't honestly know too much about him. It's more about Richtofen and Monty, and Maxis is like the middleman between them. But let's just go over Maxis' history, okay? So his first act, the one that kind of really made me think, oh, this guy's not a good person, is when he fucking took Fluffy from Samantha and used it in the teleporter experiments. Like, I find it so stupid because he gets Fluffy for Samantha, right? You listen to the DeVries videos, he gives it to her, says, she's pregnant or whatever, and get your daughter to get all excited with her. And I don't know what his plan was. Was he planning to experiment on Fluffy all along? And if he was, why would he even think of, giving it to Samantha? She's just going to become attached to it and fucking hate you or whatever. But anyway, yeah, the Fluffy shit. So after that, the big event happens. Richtofen teleports them. They get to Moon. You listen to the Moon radios and Maxis is talking to Samantha when she's in the MPD. And while we still don't know the exact circumstances or what can and cannot happen, but Maxis gets the bright idea of keeping his daughter in the MPD and telling her to kill them all instead of trying to get her out. Like, what the hell is that shit? He is more about revenge and ambition than thinking about his daughter's well-being, which is ironic later on, which I'll explain in a bit. So anyway, yeah, he fucking starts Samantha's rampage, controlling the zombies and all that. We then get the end of the Moon Easter egg where he says he's got a plan or whatever, and he sends the rockets to Earth. Now, he says it's to minimize Richtofen's damage. But what the fuck? Are you kidding me? You did more damage than he did. I would rather have a chance at, going against zombies than having the world destroyed. And, he could have easily done what Richtofen done to swap souls with Samantha. He could have got them to grab the golden rod or whatever they needed and just done the same process again or some shit, I don't know. But yeah, we've established Maxis is a cunt and a bastard. So we move on to Buried now, the end game Easter egg. So for the past couple of maps, Maxis has been telling us, oh, follow me, I'm the good person, compared to Richtofen, he's psychotic and weird. And Richtofen's doing the same thing. So at this point, you don't really know who to go for. I went with Richtofen just because it's Richtofen. I'm going to go for him. But at the back of my mind, I was thinking, even though Maxis is an asshole and a cunt, it's probably preferred, for the good ending, to go with him, right? Absolutely wrong. Maxis backstabs you, decides to destroy the Earth or whatever, decides that his way will, opening the gateway to Samantha or whatever, will destroy the Earth in the process. And it's like he doesn't even care. He only cares about Samantha, which, as I said before, was a bit rich considering he put Samantha in the MPD in the first place. Like, this guy's just a walking hypocrite. Well, he's not really walking. We actually have never seen his body before. It's always his voice. But this actually got me thinking. We know nothing about what happened to the characters after Moon. We just know that Samantha somehow ends up in Agartha. So what if Maxis came up with this plan with Samantha? I've always thought maybe to bomb the Earth was just a reactionary thing to Richtofen. But what if it was because he had the plan to open the gateway to Agartha with Sam the whole time? And then that Maxis in Buried, he says, waiting for the gateway to open. And Sam talks about that as well. And it's in one of the ciphers, and I think Rod Crovey, Maxis says, when we opened the gateway in France. And that deals with Samantha and Agartha. And I'm just thinking, this could be the link between Buried and Origins. There's something fishy going on, okay, with Maxis, and he's possibly working with Sam. But yeah, we go through Origins, we get through the cutscene, and we get Maxis, and he's missing Samantha because something bad has happened to her or whatever. We still don't know at this point. And he's trying to make things right, and through the maps, he's sending messages, and we find out that Monty came to him and told him to do something, and he's getting Richtofen to do these things, which is collecting their souls and all that. But then it seems like he's got this separate plan with Richtofen with the blood vials, and all this time I'm just thinking, what is Maxis going to do? How's he going to backstab Richtofen or Monty or whatever? Because it's like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. His decisions make him a bad person at times. And it's like every time he does something like that, he says like, oh, I want to fix it, I want to do something for Samantha or whatever, I want to save her or whatever. Samantha could easily just be telling him to do this shit. We have no idea what Monty's game is. Maybe Samantha is Monty. We don't know. We don't know who Monty is at all. And Samantha just doesn't seem to be connected to into this whole Apothecon Keeper subplot. We don't know what's going on with her or Eddie, but her Origins version is so creepy and different compared to any other version. So it seems like what she wants is what Maxis will do. What she wants may not actually be good. We don't know. So going into Revelations, I am not going to be trusting Maxis one bit. They make this whole thing about Monty, whether he's good or bad, but as I said, my eyes on Maxis and how he's going to do it, because I feel like we're in for a betrayal. Someone's going to betray us. You know, something hasn't been said. And the biggest candidates are going to be Rick Toffin or Monty, but Maxis is the black horse in Black Ops 3. Hasn't really been mentioned much, talked about much, so I do think we should all be on the lookout for him. And yeah, that's why I don't like Dr. Maxis. Anyway guys, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys later. Cheers!